Another day, another late night video for you guys. So, as I said to you before, I kind of like to come in here with some kind of concept, and it's usually based around where my head's been through the day. Um, and the one I keep coming back to is the being alone. And I actually think this is part of the reason why I've shied away from this for a long time. Because this concept of greatness, this pursuit of something bigger than where I'm currently at, of pursuing greatness, of something higher, a higher calling, has always been in me from the get go. Like, I've always had impossible dreams, and some of them have come true, some of them have not, and that's part of the journey. But I chased them. But within that, I have always felt alone. And I'm at a point now that obviously I have my wife and I have my kids. And so I don't feel as alone within that, but within that level of peers, of people who are the same personality as me, that tribe, that group around you, that kind of thing. I don't feel I have that. And it's an interesting one because, my dream originally was to play in the NBA. Talk about a far-fetched dream. I am 5'11" on a good day. And I am not athletically built. That being said, I played for New South Wales. I had a shot at going pro in Australia. I played college basketball, and blowing out my knee essentially ended that career. But, I had a good fucking shot at it. But it was very lonely. No one believed in me. No one thought I could do it. My parents supported me and helped me pursue it, but even them, I don't think they believed I could actually do it. They supported me in the pursuit of it, but there's a difference between support and belief, And yeah, there was always doubt and there was criticism, and I opened my personal training studio when I was 21. And there was doubt that I would make it, and here I am 11 years later, and it's still fucking going. It provides for my entire family. And, when I do things like this, there is doubt, there is criticism, there's this stuff. And it is this thing of being alone, that when you're on a path like this, especially if you are geographically hindered, like you're in a place that there aren't really other people like this, it is hard. It's hard. Like, I have always had this entrepreneurial dream to build something big, something that would change the game, that would change more lives, that would reach more people. And I've done masterminds and things around the years. And when I get into those circumstances, I feel connected, I feel heard, I feel seen. I'm like, these are the same people as me. But those things ebbs and flows, and life changes. I used to fly to America a couple of times a year to go to these masterminds. I have 2 kids now. I run the sessions in my personal training studio full time. Those are not feasible options. I cannot be, flitting off to America for 2 weeks every 3 to 4 months. And hopefully that'll change soon, but that's the reality of where I'm at. But it feels very lonely, and I think that's why we turn these days, and we are blessed in that manner, to the internet. We turn to podcasts, we turn to audiobooks, we turn to books, we turn to social media, though sometimes that can be a double-edged sword. But to see people like us who are chasing those things and know that we're not crazy, that we're not alone, that there are other people out there who do shit like this, and that's part of why I want to do this, because I want to share that in case you are out there and you are doubting yourself, because I think it is truly the hardest one. You don't need people to believe in you. You don't need it. You need to believe in you. But fuck, it makes it easier if they do. And it's easier again if you can see others doing what you want to do and laying down a foundation and a groundwork to do what you do or want to do. Like, I think that makes life exceptionally easier. And I think that's the power of the internet if you use it the right way, a power of social media, a power of all these devices and things that we have at our fingertips these days, that you can be simultaneously connected with other people who are doing incredible things as they share their journey, so that you know that what you are chasing is possible. And, every time I do this, like, last time I did this, and then anytime I tell people what I do for, 126 to greatness, they're like, you're fucking mental. Why would you do that? Surely you should, rest more, take it easy. Like, there are better options. Why are you so hardcore? And I was like, because I am chasing something greater than you can comprehend. And that sounds arrogant as fuck, but it's true. Like, we live in this society where people either expect so little from themselves and everybody else around them that the second you hold up a mirror to them, they're like, no, we need to bring this down because you make us look bad. Or B, that they don't expect anyone to do anything in this world. That, that we should just all be just plodding along through life. And the people who show hyper discipline, who show grit and determination, who show that they could change their world, that makes people feel uncomfortable, because it, as I said, it holds up that mirror of what is possible and how little they are doing. And it is an interesting one that we constantly are brought back to what people see in their own lives. And I have a couple of people in my life who I respect deeply, and we are butting heads, and I worry that it'll come to a head soon, because of things like, oh, well, maybe you should spend less time with your kids. You should work more. Like, I work quite a lot, to be honest, already. But I did this for my kids. I did this to spend the time with my children. I'm not about to start being an absent father to make money. Like, I am building a legacy to leave for my kids so that they know who I am, so that I am a present father, so that some of their fondest memories are that dad was always there. And it really irks me that I keep having to have these conversations with people about this, that they're like, oh, just put them in daycare. Fuck no. I'm not putting my children in a cesspool of Lord of the Flies, to at the hands and the mercy of people who don't have the capacity to look after that many children. And it just becomes literally Lord of the Flies, where they're just running rampant, doing their own shit, and it doesn't benefit them. It actually detracts from them. It makes their social skills worse. There are plenty of studies out there. But that is beside the point. But it is this thing of, I do this for them, to be a present father. I love my kids. My favorite thing in the world is to spend time with my family. If I ranked it, it would be literally spending time with my family, spending time with like the two friends I have, working out. Like, that's kind of, how I rank my spare time, sort of thing. But as I said, it's lonely. But I don't know. It's just one that's been rattling around in my head today, that we think that we need others to believe in us, that we think to pursue something beyond that bucks the system, that we need others in the corner. As I said, it's nice. It makes it easier, but you don't need it. And it's part of why I want to share this journey with people, because I want to give you a framework and to know that other people are doing this, that you can do this too. Yes, this is intense. Yes, it's full on. Yes, it's all or nothing, but God, it's fucking worth it. And if you commit to that, your whole life will change. Your whole perspective on life will change. And I think that's a worthwhile choice. Like, I can't see it any other way. And so I hope it inspires people. I hope people see this and are like, fuck yeah, I can do that too, kind of thing. So this concept of belief, and how far you're willing to take it. We talk about, nutrition and what you consume and all that kind of stuff, but what you listen to, what you watch, what you take in from social media, that shit matters too. That that diet affects your brain, it affects your mental state, it affects how you see the world. I am an abundantly optimistic person, and it is something that I work really hard on to make sure the things that I listen to, the things that I watch, don't shift that state. And I've now gotten to the point where I cut people out of my life for that. My state, my vibration, my peace matters more to me than appeasing people. And, my wife is a beautiful soul. She is a much gentler, kinder soul than I, despite what people think, which I always find hilarious. They think she's mean. She is not. She is the soft-hearted one of us. And she's like, especially like family and things, you can't cut them out. And I'm like, you fucking can. You can cut anyone out who doesn't better your life. You can cut out anyone who doesn't improve who you are. I had a saying, what is it? If it doesn't make me money, it doesn't make me happy, or it doesn't improve my life, I don't fucking do it. I like that. I like that a lot, And yet we have these social obligations of friends and family and commitments and things that we should be this way, that we should accept people the way they are. We should. I don't think we should judge people. Doesn't mean we need to fucking hang out with them. Doesn't mean we need to spend time with them and let them pollute our world. Those are two very different things. I have zero care in the world how you choose to live your life. I care if you start to make that impact my life or my family's life, then I have a problem with it. And outside of that, you do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. But it's this thing of like, and like, same with social obligations. We go out and it's like, oh, you're going to have a drink. No, I'm not drinking. Why? Because I don't drink. Okay, you're going to eat. No, you have nothing that I'll eat. Okay, what do you have? I'll have a water. And there's fierce judgment. And people are like, what the fuck, this weirdo? And it's this weird one of like, why am I, because I look after my health and fitness, the weirdo? Why is that where we are at in society? If you do drugs, if you smoke, if you drink on the regular, if you're addicted to porn, social media, you waste your life, you're obese, you're a pathetic excuse for a life, that's okay. But you exercise regularly, and you're disciplined, and you don't drink alcohol, and you don't eat junk food, and you stick to a plan. No, you're the freak, you're the weirdo. And it's so easy to offend people within that. And it becomes this one of like, what happened to that personal responsibility? What I choose to do with my life to benefit my life shouldn't affect you if you choose not to. But it apparently does. Makes you feel insecure, because I cannot tell you the amount of times I go out to places and people are like, so let's have a drink, and they try and force it upon me. It's the same with my kids. People want to give them, sugar and lollies and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, we don't do that. Please do not feed them things. Yes, they have it occasionally, because I don't want my kids to grow up and rebel and fuck the system, but it's an occasional thing. Very rarely do they have sugar. Very fucking rarely. And it reflects. My kids have never watched a screen in their life. And it shows. My daughter is now reading stories to her little brother. She can't actually read, but that's what they love to do. They love to sit there and read stories to each other. She's 3. It's about setting a different standard so that you can reach a different goal. This whole concept of, I get asked all the time, don't you want your kids to fit in? And I was like, fuck no, do I want my kids to fit in? I don't want to fit in. Why would we want to fit in? Look at where society is at the moment. Drifting along with no purpose, no meaning for your life, no aspirations, just whatever, giving into quick dopamine fix and instant gratification. There is no purpose and hardship to create greatness anymore, and that's the norm in society. I don't want my children to fit in like that. I want my children to grow up to run the fucking world. And I think, we'll wait and see. Can't guarantee anything, but looking at where the state of society is at the moment, is they've got a good fucking chance because nobody else is doing anything with their lives. And I've got way off topic, but I suppose that's the point of these things. But it is this thing of to pursue greatness, to chase your greatness, to do something better than you currently are, will require you to be judged. Because people will judge you. It requires you to step outside of your comfort zone and be the weirdo, to be looked down on, to be, outcast. But that's okay. Because when you step into that power, you don't care anymore. When you then find the people who do matter, who do understand you, oh, those relationships and those friendships will be the best of your life. And this is the point, that we've got stuck in this quagmire of, I just want to be part of the group. But if the group is heading towards doom and despair and a pathetic life, why? Why do you want to be a part of that? You know that you're destined for more, that a man is called to something in their lives. They're called to pursue something. They need a purpose. They need a reason. They need to be driven. They need to be able to provide. And that all starts with things like 126 to greatness. It starts with building your body. It starts with the discipline of building your body, of sculpting that out, of committing to tasks that you complete every single day. Because I can guarantee you, if you complete them every single day for 126 days, one, not only will you be a completely different man on the outside, but on the inside as well, because that builds such an incredible foundation of what you can do, what is possible, that after that you can do anything. Everything else becomes easy, and it'll change every aspect of your life. Fitness and those kinds of things is what's called a halo effect. It's one of the few things that when you improve it drastically, all other areas of your life get better. You'll make more money. Your relationships will be better. You'll work better. You'll feel better. You'll work smarter. You'll do better in every area of your life. That's why I start with those. Clearly, it's my background, but in the program of 126, I can teach you what to do specifically for the workouts, but generally I'm not. I want it to be a weight-based. You're doing something hard that challenges you, and then you go for a weighted walk. Whether that's a weight vest, a kettlebell, dumbbell, sled, I don't really give a shit. You just do it for 45 minutes because there is something about that long trudge that builds character. Two, it allows you time to think and open up your thoughts and really discover what's going on in there. And three, it's just really good at burning fat. So, that's always good and making you healthy and things like that. But these are the flow-on effects that we're looking for. All of these things have been chosen specifically for that, to create discipline, to create a sense of achievement, and to make you unfuckable with. That once you complete this, you'll be a man that can't be fucked with. Nobody's going to come near you. Nobody's going to mess with you because you radiate something that says, bring it the fuck on. I can handle it. And that's a different level. So that's what I'm trying to teach. That's what I'm trying to share. That's what I'm doing for myself, and I'm not claiming that I'm the creator of all this. I am studying all, people, and I'm incorporating it into my own philosophy, but I've been hiding from this for, as I said, a decade. This is who I am. I have always felt that I have been called to do this, and I've had people tell me that I was called to something like this to motivate, to inspire people. And I've been hiding from it. I've been playing small. And for what? Because I was scared? Because I had a crack at a dream and it didn't work? I don't know. I have a feeling that it's all going to come out during this process. That somewhere along the lines, I'm going to figure out what I've been hiding from. Because that muse is talking to me. That muse is telling me that this is my calling, that this is my destiny, that this is who I was meant to be. So I'm sure that resistance is going to rear its ugly head and I will have to slay that dragon to discover what's on the other side for my muse. But I haven't gotten there yet. I know resistance has already hit me because it's generally it happens about the end of month one. It's struggle street. It's test week. It's damp. It's cold. It's wet. I'm fucking tired. Everything fucking hurts. Like, oh, when I got out of bed this morning, I felt like I was 1,000 years old. But the work got done. Not only did it get done, I cranked it up a notch, and it felt good. And it felt good in here. It felt good in my soul. It felt good in, inside me. And that's more than anything, that's what I'm chasing for, it to feel good in here. So I know that I am doing what I was meant to do. And if nothing comes of this, if all this is me talking to myself, I know that it will all be worth it because of what's coming out in here, of what I am learning in here, redefining who I am as a man, to find the balance between the beast and the gentle soul. Because when I am with my kids, I am gentle. I am that soft, cuddly bear, and I love them, and we are beautiful. But when I do this, when I chase this, that beast comes out, and, that Jekyll and Hyde, and learning how to balance the two of them. So if nothing else comes from this, if nobody ever watches this, I know that it was worth it. I know what I discovered, that I carved out this character, that I built the man that I know I should be, and it just lights me up inside. So, and that's the true calling. That's what the muse is, that it's not about the money, the fame, the success, the fortune, whatever it may be. It's about doing the work for the sake of doing the work. That I know it'll be worth it because I did this, that the work is the point, that I love the fucking work, that I enjoy every second of this, and I love what I am becoming through the power of this. So hopefully that speaks to you. Hopefully that resonates. Hopefully I have inspired you, and to tell you that you are not alone and that you can do this. So until next time, I'll talk to you then.